Do you want to teach English in China as a non-native speaker, but are worried whether this is even possible for someone who does not speak English as a first language? Have you heard different stories about different requirements and you're not really sure what to do as a non-native speaker to get a job in China? Well, then this live interview is really for you. I had the pleasure of speaking with Ashraf, who's an English teacher from Morocco and who's been teaching English in China. And he will tell you exactly what pitfalls and difficulties to avoid and how to overcome these challenges. And he will also guide you with his best tips and strategies so that you as well can find a teaching job in China as an English teacher. So let's get right down to it. We mentioned, that you have to know the job requirements and be careful not to get the wrong visa and stuff like this. What would you say are other tips that you would give to non-native speakers who are listening to this and who might want to teach English in China? I mean, how to apply for jobs? How do I get a job in China? What do I do?
Oh, right. So first of all, you need to make sure, totally sure that you want to do this, because if you start to have second thoughts, just you, as I mentioned, the cultural aspect thing that I told you about is really important, because you come here and then you get in that cultural shock, and then you just can't do things as you used to do before. So it's really important to focus on the psychological part too, that you want to come, not only to make money, not only to get out your country, not only to get off the comfort zone, but also because you want to do it. Second thing, in terms of how to apply, I recommend these two websites. The first one is called gooverseas.com. The second one is called Teach2A. So you just go there, sign up, and then just keep sending your resumes to different bunch of schools or agencies. And then, and when you come here, you're gonna come through two ways. The first one, you're either gonna find an agency that's gonna help you to get your Z visa, and will help you also to find the school for you, and we'll definitely help you everything. For example, if you need any help with your lifestyle here in China, would help you definitely with everything. The second option is that you come through a school directly. There will be no agency in between, no agency, but we just you and the school. Each one has its pros and cons. So I would like to discuss more further about this if it's still time.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think that's really, really interesting because perhaps some people are not familiar with the distinction. Because
Yeah.
myself, I mean, I've taught in lots of different countries, but I've never applied ever through an agency. I've always applied directly to the school. So that would be really interesting.
Yeah. Here's actually two ways. So the first one, if you apply through an agency, the agency most likely they will help you a lot with everything, especially if you're new, to China. If you because the first time I came in, I didn't know anything. I don't even speak Chinese or something. So you will have to, have someone to help you. So that's the first. Second, that I'm gonna start talking about the pros, and then we're gonna go to the cons about the agency. So, for example, during the epidemic, our agency would take care of us. They will call us every day. How are you feeling today? They would send us some masks to take care of ourselves. And if we need anything, for example, if you find a problem with your school, maybe they ask you to do too much work, or maybe they would deduct some money from your salary or something. I would, you just tell your agency, and the agency will definitely complain and immediately find you another offer immediately. And you don't have to do any paperwork. The agency will take care of everything. And the thing is, for example, let's say you're getting paid 20K RMB. So the agency would take maybe 5 or 4 and give you the rest. So it will be doing this every month. So that's the thing that some people don't like about the agencies, that they take some of your money, but they're doing so, and you're fully aware of it.
Sorry to interrupt. If you're enjoying this video, then give it a quick like here and consider hitting that subscribe button and that little bell button as well, so you don't miss any of our future videos. All right, let's get back to the interview.
Because when you sign the contract, if the contract says that you will get, let's say, this amount like 13 or 14 Ks RMB, then you will get it. But this is how your payment works. So the school will pay the agency, and the agency will pay you. So when the school pays the agency, let's say 20 Ks, the agency will take, like 4 Ks, it's like, because it's working for you, it's doing a lot of things to you, and then she will send you the rest. So that's the thing. So some people would complain about this, but to me, it's not only about money. Like if I like the agency is taking care of me, if I need anything, they would organize a lot of trips to us. So it depends, it's each person. Uh, but talking about the second option, if you come through a school directly, uh, the good thing is that the school will pay you more, definitely. Will pay you more because there's no agency in between. Yeah, so school will pay you more, will a lot of money. But let's say if you're lucky enough, you will have a good boss, uh, good coworkers. You won't have any problem with that. But if you're in bad luck, your school will ask you to do a lot of stuff that are not like out of your contract. They'll ask you, maybe they will deduct your salary for no reason. Maybe they will give you no holidays. A lot of stories I've heard about these. So you see, like that's the difference. Like if you're through the agency will definitely prevent this from happening. So that's the thing.
Right. So I suppose, it depends. It depends how confident you feel or how well you know China. From what you said, probably if you're going first time to China and you don't know
Yeah,
anything, going through the
definitely.
agency might make a lot
It's
of
better.
sense. And
Yeah.
in terms of schools, because you said, you might have good luck or bad luck, are there any sort of schools that you think people should apply to that are good schools that you would recommend?
I would recommend, let's say, very very famous ones. Like there is Abbey. I've heard some stories about it. It's good. There's Abbey. It's like kind of international. There's also Maple Bear. The one that I'm working at is called Maple Bear. Um, these are the only ones that I know. There are other, like there's another one called Best. I mean, these ones, most of them only hire like they hire like 80% natives, and like the rest is not. But they're good. Like they're professional. It's all about like being professional. Like they treat their foreigners really well, and they won't have a problem. So yeah, as you said, it's really good point. If it's your first time to ever come to China, I would and it depends on you, like what kind of person you're made of. So if you're like this kind of person that maybe you will find some struggles, I recommend you to come to the agency. But as soon as you learn the ropes, then you can, yeah, you can break off and just do whatever you want through a school directly.
If you want more tips like this one and improve your job opportunities as a non-native speaker, then definitely download this free PDF guide with my 5 top tips for getting hired as a non-native speaker teacher, and the link is right below this video.
To those dreamers who want to come to China, now in China, want to teach anywhere, you just do it. Just get off your comfort zone. Just take that leap of faith and make things happen. Because once you do, magical things will happen to you. You're even gonna be surprised about yourself how great things you can do. So just do it. Just do it. And as for my personal experience, before I came to China, I still remember this. I talked to a recruiter, and he literally told me, "You cannot come to teach in China because you are not native." And then it kind of like let me down. But I kept trying and trying, and here I am. And guess what? When I came to China, the same guy contacted me again, and it was like, "How did you come?" Like, magic. And the same guy wanted me to work for his school. So I'm just letting you know, you can do it. Just take the leap of faith, and good luck to everyone.
Wow, that was pretty inspiring. I hope that as a non-native speaker who might want to teach in China, you will now have a better idea of what you need to do and what things you should avoid. And I hope that Ashraf has motivated you and made you believe that you can do it as well. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, leave us a comment below, and consider subscribing as well to this channel so you don't miss future videos. And if you want to learn how to improve your job opportunities as a non-native speaker, if you want to tackle native speakerism, then definitely check out my TEFL Equity Academy online course.